Alright guys, welcome to Hansen Speed Shop. Before I get started here today, I just want to state, if you're watching this video to try to figure out a way to rip somebody off or make money off of this, or scam somebody and trick them into thinking they're buying something that's not really real, click off the video right now, because this video in this episode we're going to show you how to build a replica of a super rare Hot Wheel, not to trick anybody or not to make a quick buck off somebody. This is for the broke guy that wants a car in his collection that's super expensive, maybe out of reach or whatever, and this is going to give you an option to add a car to your collection. Now what we have here is a Hot Wheels A-OK. This particular casting came out in 1977. I think the original color of this car was a lime green. Super cool, based off a Model A delivery. And in 1982, Hot Wheels came out with their Real Riders series of cars, which basically took this same black wall Hot Wheel and then they put Real Rider wheels on them. Now, of the original 1982, one of the rarest cars to come out was the A-OK Real Riders. This exact same paint job, this car, the only thing different about it than what we have right here is the wheels. These are the black wall wheels, which would have been standard Hot Wheels wheels in 1982. The Rear Rider wheels look like this. That's the only difference. A mint example of an A-OK with the Real Rider wheels that's real and legit can be upwards of $1,000, $1,500. Even in a beat up shape, it's probably going to be $300, $400, $500. They're super hard to find, super rare. But we're going to show you guys how you could do basically something that's going to give you the exact same look. It's not going to have the value of a real one. It's not going to, be 100%, but for basically roughly $20, you can add that card to your collection until maybe someday you get the real deal. So this car I picked up for like $5 or $6. It's pretty much mint. The axles are a little bit bent, but that's okay because we're going to be getting rid of those. But as far as the paint and the tampos go, super nice. All the chrome's really nice. The base is in pretty good shape. Overall, really nice shape. Then I wanted to pick a Real Rider that I wasn't going to feel bad about taking apart, or something that I already had in my collection, and also something that was cheap. So I found this one for about $10. So this car is called the Formula Fever, and I also like this one because I measured the axle width should be just about exactly the same as it is on A-OK. So that means I'm not going to have to make any custom axles, which I really didn't want to have to do, because again, that's going to really make this thing even that much more authentic if I don't have to cut these axles and make custom ones. So basically all that we're actually going to do is drill those rivets out. These are a little bit different than the modern style rivets, so I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to do that without messing up the whole chassis. Now the old style Hot Wheels have a different clip that holds the axles in, and it kind of looks like this. It's like two jaws that are kind of pinched to the axle, which is different than the like 3-prong style that Hot Wheels uses now. So it's going to be a little bit more tricky to get the axles out of here and here. We're probably going to have to use a small cutting wheel on a Dremel to do that. And then I have some replacement rivets that we'll put back in so that when the car's done, it basically looks stock. So basically, to make a long story short, we're really just doing a wheel swap, but it's going to be a little bit different kind of a wheel swap than you'd normally see on a custom Hot Wheels video. Again, we're just doing this video as to show people, if you collect Hot Wheels, somebody that really knows their stuff it's going to know this is a fake car. So I'm not trying to pawn this off again as a how-to forgery thing. I'm just trying to show the guy that doesn't have $1,000, or even if he did, wouldn't want to spend it on one single car, but still has always wanted that car for their collection. This kind of gives you an option. Especially some cars, there's just a slight variation or something, but that variation could be hundreds of dollars in difference. So if you're somebody that wants that specific car for the collection and you're kind of broke, you just want it for you have no plans on selling it, this is basically a good option. So the next step that we're going to do is start taking these cars apart, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as on the chassis, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so for drilling these cars apart, what I did was just take one of these center punch or pin vise, try to center the hole, our center hole here for where we're going to drill it as best as I could, and then we'll just use our normal size drill bits that I normally use to drill the cars apart. But normally the modern Hot Wheels and Matchbox kind of have a dimple, so you don't have to do this step, but on these older ones you want to make a little center mark, otherwise your drill bit's gonna want to skip around. And then when we put this car back together, I've got some of these Bright Vision rivets, so we're going to try these out. I've never used them before, but we'll give them a shot. So the next step is going to be get these two cars drilled apart. Alright guys, so we got the car all torn apart. Now when you order one of these rivet kits from Bright Vision, they'll come with two drill bits. This larger drill bit is what you're going to actually cut the head of the rivet off with. And then it comes with this real small drill bit, and that's what you're going to drill the center post out so that the new rivet has somewhere to go into. So that worked out really well. Didn't have any problems with that. Since we did our nice little center hole on our rivets, we didn't have the drill bit skipping around and scraping up our base or anything. We took the donor car for the wheels apart. There wasn't any crimps holding the axles on that, so once we drilled it apart, those came right out. But on this car, as you can see, there's like those two little jaws that are pinched together to hold the axles in. To get the axle out, I have this little Dremel head that I basically made out of I've got a bunch of these. When they get kind of worn down on these cutting wheels, I just save them for projects like this. So this should be small enough so I can get in here and just cut that down and then pull our axles out. And then we can basically get to, I'll just kind of clean everything up real good, and then we can get to putting this thing back together. So we'll take another look at it once we're basically ready to put the thing back together. Alright guys, so we got everything cleaned up really nice. Got the new axles and wheels on. Those look really great. Here's our rivets. Everything's ready to go back together. So this will be the last little look at the car before we go to our final unveil. I know this maybe wasn't the most exciting build, but it's definitely a cool car, and this is going to maybe give you guys some ideas for if you're restoring vintage Hot Wheels, or basically trying to build a replica of a vintage Hot Wheel. I'm just gonna use some super glue on these rivets, and then you've seen where we drilled the holes in the body, so that should work out pretty good. I'll get this thing put back together, and then we'll check it out at the final unveil. Alright gang, so there you have it, our replication of a very expensive Real Riders Hot Wheel for roughly $20 or less. I think this thing turned out really nice. As you can see, here's a look underneath the car. Pretty much looks just the way it did from the factory. Here's a look at the front of the car, driver's side of the car, and back of the car. Super cool car. Really happy to have this in my collection. I hope you guys dug this build or found it informative in some way. If you do, give it a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you think. But until next time, get out working on your own projects, get those hands dirty and greasy, stay cool, and we'll catch you cats on the next one. Thanks for watching.